In this video, I'm going to show you how to shatter the glass ceiling, how to break free of that limitation. So I got to start by telling you what your number one mistake is. You are overcomplicating it. Don't focus on getting your breakthrough. Focus on what will get your breakthrough, and that's helping your customer. If you focus on anything other than them, you just bog yourself down. You don't need more stuff, man. We need to cut away all of the noise. Listen to what I'm going to tell you, okay? All your efforts need to be focused on better listening to your customer. No amount of strategizing is going to take you to the next level. Dump the strategy, dump your agenda. Instead, listen to your customers. Let me show you what I mean. Most people listen with the intent to reply to their customer, not just to simply understand them. Think about it. Your last sales call, presentation, group meeting, whatever. Your customer started speaking to you. You asked them a question, they started answering. They get 3 words in and you already know where they're going, and you start getting ready to fire one back. What's my script? What's the objection? How do I handle this? You're missing it, man. Studies show that 80% of the time, the first need a customer tells you is either inaccurate or incomplete. 20% of the time, the customer's right. 80% of the time, they're telling you something that's not actually true. Now, that doesn't mean that they're just lying. What it means is that if you just listen to the first part of what somebody says to you, come up with a reply, and just go with that, 80% of the time, you're going to be off. So what's your close rate? 20%? There's your ceiling, but we got to go deeper than that. You have to listen to understand what your clients actually tell you. And here's the beauty of it. When you actually get what they're saying, you create what I call the clarity loop. Your customer must have confident clarity in order to complete the sale. Here's the interesting part. It turns out, psychologically, people need to hear themselves say something. And then your brain kind of processes it and thinks, that doesn't sound right. Maybe this is better. And you say it again. You hear yourself say it again. And you go through this loop. Well, that same thing's happening with your customers. If you allow them the time. See, most people, when a customer objects or something, they'll just push back. Well, man, that kills this loop that the customer needs to go through to be able to process what's actually important to them, what they actually want. The things that a customer has to think about is limitless. So what's your job in all this? Here's your key. Lead the customer through the clarity loop. Your customer knows a part of what they want most of the time. Heck, many of you guys watching, you're trying to sell something to people that they don't even know that they want or need or haven't even heard about it, right? So you got a long way to go with somebody to get to this point where they're ready to buy something. You're not trying to coerce them. You got to truly listen to them. Then ask great questions to keep the clarity loop going, so that they can land on whatever it is that you have to offer, given it's the right choice for them. Here's what I mean. You could say, is that all you want? And your customer's like, well, I don't know. Or you could say, okay, Mrs. Jones, so you've told me this is what's important to you. We've covered that. What are we missing? And then take a step back. Give her a sec. Well, I don't know. I think we got everything. Give her a sec. I was actually thinking last week, and then something comes up. You got to take the time to do that. So long as those things keep coming up, so long as the customer keeps processing, you're giving them the space to sort stuff out. Here's what I've learned. Most people need help sorting those things out, but you can't do it for them, right? You can't tell them what they need. You can't tell them what they want. You might be able to see it clear as day. It might be like letters in the sky, but you can't make them get it. This isn't like a psychological manipulation thing. You help your customer get clear, and they decide when they're ready to buy. This is going to get you through that ceiling. This is going to get you to a place with your customers that you've never been before. Now, here's the beauty of it all. When you allow people that space, trust is going to be through the roof. Okay? Look, I want to know what issues you're having with this. Drop a comment below if you want to book a free consultation call, like a strategy session with me. But I'll give you 30 minutes on the phone, completely free. Comment strategy call down below, and I'll send you the direct link for it. We'll jump on the call, see if coaching would be a good fit for you, or maybe I can just help you out there on the first call, and that's that. I genuinely just want to hear what you're going through and help you with it. Now, this closing thing that we're talking about doesn't always happen. Customers object. But when you go through this loop, this process with a customer, you're going to find out that you're not going to be on the wrong product anymore. You're not going to be on the wrong service. You're not going to be on the wrong option. But a customer is still going to object. What you can guarantee, though, is that the objection is real. You got to navigate them. In this next video, I'm going to deal with just that. Okay? This is how to respond to anything that a customer sends your way on the spot, without hesitation and with no pushback.